The app, available from the App and Play Store.
And here we are, Sunrise Radio 1:30 on your Thursday afternoon, and I am now joined by a very, very, very extra special guest in the studio. I met him last year at the IFA Awards, and my God, here we are a year later. Taha Shah, welcome to Sunrise Radio. How are you?
I am fantastic. Thank you for having me. You actually remember the 1 year ago that we met?
Yes.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I remember. Do you, though?
I do, of course.
Do you?
I do.
Do you, though?
Yes, I met a lot of people, and
Yes,
Haroon was one of them.
Yes,
you guys were all standing.
Yeah,
You
we're
said
all standing
Sunrise
together.
Radio. Yeah.
Oh, Taha, how are you? My God, like, what a moment you're living in at the moment. I mean, tell me, how is life for you now?
Very exciting. We just got out of South Hall Station.
Yeah, how was that?
That was incredible, actually. Every other person passing us was recognizing me.
Yeah.
Yeah, the moustache helps.
It does, doesn't it?
The
Actually,
moustache helps.
I feel like we should just background music. We should just have like the Heeramandi music on in the background for you. But listen, Taha, let's I think take it way back. I mean, you know, you have kind of been in the industry for a long time, but I think this Heeramandi was the one for you, the biggest turning point in your life. But just talk to me about how it was in the beginning for you. What were you like as a person, not as an actor, but what were you like as a person back in the day?
Back in the day, before I started acting,
When you were just starting out. When you were
off.
just starting out, yeah.
I would say I was gullible, naive, full of himself.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, you believe that you can do anything.
Yeah.
You know, especially when you're just a teenager and you get out, you feel like this whole, I'm a gangster. You feel all like, I'm the
one.
man, right? But yeah, life actually teaches you differently, and any sort of ego that must have been there initially gets kind of hammered out of you, right? And so the initial years was, of course, for me, very much about the education of acting. I mean, I was very lucky, and actually, I don't like the word lucky.
Okay.
I don't like the word lucky.
Why not?
Because then you're leaving it to chance. It's not chance. Imagine like a very still pond, let's say a pond, all right, and you throw a pebble over there in one direction, and you throw another pebble, right? But if you throw enough pebbles, at one point of time, the ripples will meet, right? So for me, it's that. So when that happens, that's not luck. It's that you've tried in so many places, and it finally met, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I don't like the word. Anyway, so I was blessed to get my first film really quick. But even after that, I think the real struggle was to understand the industry, was to understand what you can bring, how can you get accepted, especially being an outsider.
Yeah.
Outsider not only from the industry but also out of the country. So there was so much adapting to do. The way people converse in UAE, let's say, or here, let's say, is very different.
Yeah.
A very different way of conversing, to building relationships, how people get things done. It's a very different lingo. So I think all those things were stepping stones for my education. And yeah, it was when I started getting full on into auditioning and things like that, and chasing cars down. Right, I chased a car down to meet Karan Johar.
Did you?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. You want to know the story?
Yeah, tell me. So the thing is, normally, I'm just going to stop you there and tell
Yeah.
you, normally, what I do with my interviews, I really read up about the person. But with you, there was something that I didn't want to do that because I wanted to speak to you firsthand.
Oh, right,
and
okay.
not know anything about you so that we could have a chat like this and so that these stories would come out. So tell me about you chasing down a car, wanting to speak to Karan Johar.
So this was after my first film released, Love Ka the End. And I was sitting on the 4th floor with, I was in the reception. I was waiting to meet Aditya Chopra sir.
Right.
So I was waiting outside, and all of a sudden, Uday Chopra and Karan Johar kind of walk out this passage, and I just stand up. And I'm just like, because the first time I'm at such close proximities with them.
Yeah.
I see them pass by and he nods to me, so I also just like kind of like hi.
Yeah.
And he goes to the right, takes a lift, and he goes down, and Uday sir goes back in, and I just kind of sit back down, and all of a sudden, I remember my mom. My mom will be coming a lot up in this interview.
Okay.
Just to let you know. So my mom had said that many a times opportunities pass right by you, and you're too scared to take that chance. Right? So every opportunity is an opportunity and an attack. You know? So my mom's just words just kind of like came into my mind. I'm like, oh damn, why didn't I say hello?
Yeah.
Why didn't I say something?
Yeah.
So I threw my bag down. I told the receptionist, I'm sorry, I have to, I'll be back 5 minutes. And I ran down 4 flights of stairs. I got down, I got out of the gate, out of the main office, and I see that they were closing the gate, so the car is left. Right, so I ran out the gate. And I'm like looking left and right, and then I see his car like it's heading towards Fun Republic. I don't know if you know this place.
Yes, I've been to the YRF Studios.
Okay.
Yeah.
So after from Yash Raj, you take a ride, you go down to Fun Republic.
Yeah.
So I chased him down. All right, I chased him down, and then I hit his car.
Oh.
Finally, after like a minute and a half, I got it, and and then he saw me, and he just like he got out of the car, and he's like, "Are you okay?" Because he'd seen me, right?
Right.
It's like, what are you doing here?
Yeah, like is everything okay?
So I'm like, sir, look, I just completed a film. I would just like to.
I'm just flustered at the moment, but can you like just give me your time?
I would just like to show you my work, sir, please.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay. Do you want some water? And then he gave me some water, and then I'm like, thanks. This is my can I get your number? And he gave me his number, and he's like, please message me and we'll see. And that's how I got his number for the first time.
Wow. That's quite something, that is. My goodness.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And then like just what happened after that? So Love Got the End happened, and then you still kept working and stuff, but you didn't give up.
Yeah, you see,
going.
those that, the thing is, I've read this book once, and very easily in certain people's biographies, you just jump past like 5 years. They're like, he started at this, and then after 7 years, he's off. I'm like, what? You just comprised my whole life in a sentence. All right. What about all the downs?
Yeah.
What about all the times that I was like felt so broken, and so like you're crying, and like you feel like you're never gonna ever achieve anything.
Did you have many of those days?
Many. In the last 15 years, definitely many.
Really?
Yes.
And how did you overcome them?
Many things. For one, I have made such a regime or a routine for myself. So I train if on a regular day without any shoot.
Okay.
Just a regular day.
Yeah.
So my regular routine would be 4 hours of training in the morning.
4 hours?
4 hours.
Oh my God.
Yeah, from stretching to 2 classes,
Okay.
so dance and gymnastics or gym. So
Wow.
like 2 classes every day.
Okay.
Right. So what that does is that for me, when I have so much physical pain, right, it helped me stop thinking about the negative thoughts. If I got rejected, if I didn't, and I'm literally in my gymnastics class, I'm standing and I'm like at like where the ceiling is right now, and I'm supposed to do a front flip onto like a mat, and I'm scared, right? But your mind's supposed to focus and bring you down here. So when you're constantly taking on tasks that are uncomfortable for you, such as these for me, right? Your mind doesn't go to the negative, right? It really helps me get out of the negative, even when I am in negative. But then I stick to my routine, and I'm like sweating. My motto is sweat it out.
Yeah.
You feel bad, sweat it out. The dopamine rush that you get.
Agreed, 100%.
Right? You just feel like you've achieved something.
Yes.
So I am addicted.
Oh my God.
I am addicted to sweating it out.
Right.
Okay, and that's one thing for sure that has not let me get into depression. Right? Or cribbing or complaining. When you don't do all these things, you automatically start becoming positive.
Yeah.
Right? So I kept, of course, like I've read, and also another part is reading books. right? I have read so many books, spiritual books, how to be positive, how to communicate, whatever, everything. And every book has a story that inspires you. Inspiration also keeps you going.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So some of my inspirations would be, let's say Jackie Chan is an inspiration. I've listened to his book like 10 times. James Cardone, he's in the sales and marketing, but his book is a Bible to me.
Wow.
Right. Walt Disney, his life story is incredible, right? Every time putting everything he's got on the line so that he can achieve his dream. Right. Balls. You know what I mean? Like real courage.
Yeah, of course.
Shah Rukh Khan, of course.
Of course.
Amitabh Bachchan, from where he was, he lost and he came back again. And he's working day in, day out. What a man. Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
Right? So many failures over the years, and then finally, and he becomes the greatest. So you never know, So when you have these stories in front of you and you like resonate with them, then I feel that gives you hope. That so yeah, I think that reading, exercising, and of course, I see my mother working day in, day out, right? Like she's up at 6 o'clock and she's at it. I don't know when she sleeps. She's crazy. But like hardworking, right? And she's always said that, look, I've cried at times. So when she comes up to me and she doesn't mother me, right? But she's very like, what are you going to get by crying? I said, nothing. And then she's like, okay, so then cry. And then get done and take a nap.
And then move
come
on.
eat food.
Yeah.
And then, and then go and work. Work. And don't worry about what will happen. She's like, I believe in you. I know it will happen. I know it will. You just believe in yourself. I believe in you. And I know 14 years for somebody my mom has supported me.
Wow.
All right. She has sacrificed. My brother has sacrificed. Her name is Abid. His wife, Monica, she's from Canada. She sacrificed a lot. All right. To like every time I come down to Dubai and I have events or something, and they're like driving me, because we have to save money, right?
Of course.
So whatever we did was like together as a family. So it's me sitting here, it's like me representing my family. Me representing their sacrifice, my team, me representing my whole team. Trust me, I cannot not the amount of things I want to do. Shafali, whether it be my manager before, and my friend Tushar, right? He was so incredible. He set me up there. He set me up, and then and he's taking a small sabbatical at the moment. But the rest of my kids who are all over the place, working in day out. My stylist working day in, day out. Trust me, it's a machinery, right? And to support this machinery is always financial.
Yes, always.
Right? And to support that finance, that's where the family comes in.
Absolutely.
I mean, I could do TV back in India and earn a lot of money, right? But then if you want your career to shape up in a certain way, then you got to say no to a lot of things, especially that money, which is very, very tempting.
It is 1:50 on Sunrise, and if you've just tuned in, I am in conversation with the exceptional and the very, very inspiring Taha Shah. Taha, we were just talking about how your family has been such a massive support over the years. I mean, what are they like now, post all the success that you have recently been having? I mean, what is the family love and the dynamics at the moment?
Well, definitely they're proud. I mean, that's very apparent. But more than that, so initially, when I was about 8 to 9 years in, my brother, I was in Dubai visiting them, and he said that, you've already been in the industry for almost 9-10 years now. It's almost a decade, and nothing's really happening for you, right? Yeah. So, I would really recommend that you think about a plan B, so that you can pursue that. And this came as a shocker to me because I look up to my brother as a father figure, right? So when he told me that, it almost felt like he didn't believe in me, right? So yeah, then started the tap.
God, I feel like I'm gonna in a minute.
so that really hurt me. So then I was sitting in the bathroom, and then when my mom came and she spoke to me and she said that you're not doing it for anybody else, you're doing it for me, you're doing it for you, and that's it. And I'm here standing behind you all the time. From there to now, I see my brother change.
Yeah,
I see my brother. He has always loved me. That's why he said it. It's not like he didn't.
Of course, yeah.
It's now before. See, the thing is, it's so funny. I'm so unrealistic, right? I don't believe in practicality. I don't. It's like, be practical, like, but I'm not even realistic. Like, I dream big.
Yeah.
I'm imagining big. So, but he's practical. So it's good bounce board, of course.
Yeah, of course.
But now his perception, the way he speaks, is like, I'll say something and then he'll go bigger than that. You know what I mean? And I love it.
That is so cute. That is lovely. How nice.
I've seen him, and I love it. But now that he's not like. Before he's like, yeah, I hope it happens. He's like, it will happen. It will.
It has happened.
It has happened.
Exactly.
So I like, when he speaks like that, it makes me feel so amazing. It's so yeah. And my mom, just now, we all, especially me, I think I've gotten a stamp that hard work pays off. In life, you're always without. You have blind faith, like Wi-Fi. You can't see it.
Yeah.
But it's there.
It's there.
Right? So it's like, you hope it's, and keeping that consistent faith, of course, with the help of everybody else. Now all of us have finally believed that if it can happen, and not only me, there are stories, there are teachers who are coming up to me and in front of my parents, and they're like, our kids come to school, they're in 8th or 9th grade, they watched him, they're watching his interviews, they watch, they're speaking about him, and now they're coming to school and they're like, ma'am, from now on, we're going to work so hard and we're going to pursue our dreams, and we're going to make it happen, and she said, it's all thanks to you. And I'm like, oh my God.
It's that one word, isn't it? Believe. That's the word.
Yeah.
Believe. Absolutely. It is 2:15 on Sunrise, and very much still in conversation with Taha Shah. Taha, question for you. Sanjay Leela Bhansali, is he as, strict, militant or particular as they say that he is?
Particular.
Okay.
I have heard a lot of stories before getting into this, and people had a lot of things to say. People always have a lot of things to say. But my experience was so different. I have had a complete... it was so joyful. He would always pull my leg. He would always be making fun of me.
He's got a funny side?
I think that he's really funny.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think he's hilarious. Right. And especially if you can take jokes on yourself.
Yeah.
Right. Then because you're not going to pull his leg.
Can you imagine?
Yeah. Your leg is being pulled. You have to enjoy that.
Yeah, enjoy it.
Right. So I have, from the first day, I think he's always just made fun of certain things I say, or because I go and meet everybody on set every day. He's like, what happened? There's a chair here. You want to hug the chair? Come hug the chair. What about the AC? Come on, just right there. So yeah, he like, over the time, I think I've built. He's taken me like a child, and he's really given me a rebirth in this industry and in my career. If it was not for him to take a chance on me today, I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't do anything. I really, my career was so downhill, right? Nobody was giving me auditions. Nobody was thinking of me for anything. I had to come down to a point where I was deciding to go into to try and revive something, to go into Big Boss.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh.
Right. So where Tushar, my mom, his mom, they all, especially Tushar, he's like, I won't let you do it over my dead body, bro.
But you know what? It's difficult to say, actually, because that show they say it can either make you and break you, right? Or break you.
It makes you for a year. It makes you for until the next Big Boss.
Right, okay.
Right. So you're in the eyes of the audience and you become a hot thing. But certain people are really good. A friend of mine, Munawar,
Yeah.
Right. He also does a lot of good poetry. He does stand up.
Yeah.
So that's what he wants to do. So this extra popularity, of course, helps him in that.
Yeah.
How far it helps you to get bigger roles in the industry is questionable. So he forced me to say no to it.
Yeah.
And no to so many things. And but yeah, I think that overall working with Mr. Bhansali has been really truly just a joyful experience, and I've seen a different side to him. He does get strict, but he's not a person without reason. He's not just, there's a lot of money riding on this.
Yeah, of course.
Right? People cannot be messing up because he's anyway taking so much time to set the frame, to set the costumes, to set the design, the art, everything. And then finally, if somebody messes up, then, So yeah, anyway, it's just being professional, go on set, do your work, and he's great.
I really wanted to talk to you about Cannes Film Festival as well.
Oh, I love Cannes.
Yeah, like I did see one of your interviews from there, and there was one bit where you were just saying that people were just recognizing you on the streets, and how I think it was just a couple of weeks after Heeramandi had just released.
About 2.5.
Yeah, 2.5, and like, your followers on Instagram were going up, and it was just, like millions and millions. It was just all like, it was all very, very fresh. Does social media do numbers and awards and all of that? Does that make a difference to you?
In what way?
In any way, like the fact that you've now gained all these like millions and millions of followers on social media. I mean, is it important to you? Is it like, oh yeah, you know what, I've gained all these followers, this is great. Does it bother you? Like, do you have to have that amount of followers for you to kind of, does it give you any like justification?
Or validation?
Yeah, or validation, yeah.
No, not really. What gives me validation is, see, on Instagram, for me, it's like numbers, right? So it's stock market going up and down, which is great, right? It does give you, it gives you the statistics of how many people around the globe where they're watching you. So when you look at it as a business, or at people in, let's say, Philippines are be messaging me, right? So now there is an opportunity where I can go and meet, I don't call them fans, I call them family. All right.
Aww.
So they're literally the soldiers who make you.
Yeah.
Right. It's without them, without the media, really, how will you be able to reach to the amount of people that you can actually reach? I mean, movies is a great medium, but then what after that?
Yeah.
So yes, these numbers do matter, because this is what proves your the amount of recognition that your name has, which will then help you with other projects.
Yeah.
Right. So of course it plays in that way. Does it bother me in my mental, like my own space? No, because I think that it's your validation comes from yourself. Right. Like, for example, I was dating this girl, right? And I would look for validation from her.
Right. Got you.
Right.
Yeah,
but when that doesn't happen, then you start questioning yourself.
Yeah.
And your worth. And I'm like, bro, I do everything. Like, how am I still questioning myself?
Yeah.
I do everything.
Yeah.
So I read up, and then this was some time back. So I read up, and I came to an understanding that you have to validate yourself for your hard work, because when you sleep at night, only you know how much of your time during the day have you invested, wasted, or whatever you've done with it. So when you have that tally going on, and you've given yourself validation, right? The other person's validation doesn't have to bother you. The other person's validation adds on. But you already have to be at 100. You can't be at 50 expecting validation to get you up to 100.
Yeah.
So right now, I feel that because of my routine, and because I know when I sleep at night that every day I do everything possible in my hands to help my team go forward, to help them help me go forward, to help myself go forward, right? One achievement every day, just one, right? So if I do that, then that is my validation, because that's what helped me survive when none of this was there. And this is what will help me survive when all of this one day will not be there again, right? Because everything is temporary. right? You can't be a known personality forever. There's somebody younger, somebody better, whoever, whatever, you know. But people are coming, people's taste changes. So you have to be content with the kind of person that you are, you know. So I love learning, I love fitness, you know. It's not something that I have to do. It's something that I want to do.
Right. Yeah.
You know, so I guess that is why not these things. I feel like success and failure after so long has just become very like a plane, like a level line.
Yeah.
So some people come up to me and ask me like, "You don't seem as happy as you should be." I'm like, how am I supposed to be?
Yeah, tell me.
You know, so they expect you to be like, you know, look at me, this, to get my head, this, that.
Yeah.
And but that's not my upbringing.
Yeah.
You know, my upbringing is like my mom. She's made herself, and she could do whatever she wants with her money, you know. But she doesn't. She would rather save it for a bad day. She would not buy some mothers, right? She'd buy it for my brother. She'd never do anything for herself. Right. So upbringing. So I guess that seeing that I value everybody in my life. I value when I exit South Hall, all right, and I meet 10-15 people, and they all know me, and they all, you know, I saw a woman passing by with a crib, and she was just like in her own zone. And then, as soon as she saw my face, her face lit up.
Oh,
right?
Did she do a double take? She was like,
and she, oh my,
how lovely!
Taj. I'm like, yeah, that's Taj. And
how lovely is that?
So what a blessing to like change people's. And now she'll be happy all the way till she walks home.
Of course,
you know. So yeah, I'm so glad that I'm in this. God's given me this blessing to finally, of course, you know, now I'll be able to give more back.
Yeah. Taha, I think it's fair to say that you and I can both carry on talking. I'm here until 4 o'clock. You're the one that needs to leave. So, final question, Taha.
Yes.
What is your dream? What is your dream? You've had a dream project with Sanjay Leela Bhansali. Your other projects have also been, you know, amazing too. Without them, you wouldn't be here where you are. What is a bigger dream for you?
I would like to be, you know how, well, Dave Patel, of course, Riz Ahmed, but besides them, there's nobody else in the international cinema who has been accepted in like to do mainstream international Hollywood films. And you don't have to be the comedian in it, right? So my dream would be to be something like how Gerard Butler or how Hugh Jackman, they've all come from outside. Yeah, they've all made it. So my Arnold, right? So yeah, that's my dream. Jackie Chan. So that's my dream, to be internationally and get an Oscar for India, of course.
Oh yeah, now we're talking. Yeah. Now we're talking. Well, I really hope you achieve all your dreams.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming into the studio and giving us so much of your time. It really does mean a lot. And I hope you just keep coming back to London.
100%, and to South Hall.
Yeah, you love South Hall, don't you?
Now I do.
Quick message for those who are listening to you and who have absolutely adored you in Heeramandi.
Thank you for taking out time to watch it, and more than that, for sending me all the love. I have gotten so many messages from UK in general, and it's truly a privilege. I really hope that I can bring in a small percentage of inspiration to you to follow your dreams. So lots of love, and Allah Hafiz. Thank you.